welcome back to my channel, Beautiful Minutia. If you're new here, my name is Tiffany, and today I wanted to share a very special readathon announcement with you. I'm sure all of you at this point have heard of the passing of Jennifer Brooks earlier this month, and gosh, her loss is so felt on BookTube. She was just such a bright light, so full of joy, so full of wisdom and knowledge, and she did such an amazing job making classics so accessible to people, especially kind of like big scary classics. You know, you think like ancient literature and Victorian literature and things, Russian literature, things that people may be intimidated by. Jennifer had just such an amazing way of breaking those things down. But even more than that, she was just such a warm, generous, kind, hilarious, intelligent soul, and she's already so missed. Christy Lewis from Dostoevsky in Space wanted to do something to honor the legacy and life of Jennifer. So we decided that during the month of February, we are going to do a readathon to honor Jenny called We Love Jenny. All you really have to do to participate in this readathon is just read anything that reminds you of Jenny. So that could be a book that she recommended to you that you loved and you want to reread. It could be a book that you have never read but that she talked about so animatedly and that you just have to pick it up. So it could be just as simple as that, but we have many other ways that you can participate as well if you're interested in doing more. We have prompt ideas if you're just kind of at a loss and not sure where to start. So we have all of those things. Everything will be linked in the description of this video, so that way you can check things out. So we have some reading prompts. And again, these are totally optional. These are just if you want some inspiration. And there were so many varied areas of interest that Jenny had that we had a hard time kind of narrowing down. We had a lot of ideas. So these are just some ways that you could read like Jenny. So you could read a book from one of Jenny's most read genres or subgenres. So that would be historical fiction, historical nonfiction, romantasy, poetry, especially like ancient, epic, or romantic poetry, Victorian sensation novels or penny dreadfuls, or dark academia are just a couple of ideas to get you started. Very shortly before she passed, Jenny took a trip to Italy with her mom, and she traveled to Italy multiple times, and so reading anything that has anything to do with Italy is another prompt. You could also read about one of Jenny's favorite historical figures. So Napoleon was certainly one that she'd been talking a lot about recently, especially with the Napoleon movie coming out. She loved the sons of Ragnar. She loved the romantic poets, especially Shelley. She loved Dante, the Emperor Nero, Richard III, Rasputin, or even some events. Like she loved the Titanic, the American Revolution, the French Revolution, and we will have some videos linked in the description of this video of some of her favorite books, some of her favorite nonfiction historical characters as well, and in those she talks about what she loves but also recommends books specifically for that. Another prompt is to read something about Christianity. So Jenny was a Christian, which you probably knew, and she loved Jesus, and she particularly loved the book of Jude and the book of Revelation in the Bible. So you could read something like that. You could also read one of the Gospels, which tells you a lot about Jesus's life, or she also loved N.T. Wright's biography of Paul. Another option is to read the journals or letters of a famous historical figure or an author. She loved those. And the last prompt that we have, just to kind of get the juices flowing, is to read anything that has been recommended by a K-pop idol. You probably know Jenny absolutely loved K-pop. She actually had another channel besides her BookTube channel, which was just journaling and K-pop stuff. And that was a much smaller channel, but it was such a fun channel. That was definitely something I bonded with Jenny over. So that's a really fun option. So beyond reading, some other things that you can do to honor Jenny's memory and think of her. I just mentioned K-pop and how much she loved K-pop. So we have both a Spotify and a YouTube playlist that'll be linked in the description of this video that have some of Jenny's favorite K-pop songs, and you can listen like Jenny. Something else that you can do that would be really special is write a letter to Jenny's mom with a memory that you have of Jenny that is really special to you. We are compiling letters. We have an email address, which is welovejenny2024@gmail.com. And if you could write a letter, 500 words or less, and email it to that email. Christy is compiling all of those, and we are going to print them out and send them to Pam. Anything that you post on YouTube, please use the hashtag We Love Jenny, because we are going to be putting all the videos that you post about Jenny in a playlist that we're going to then send that link to Jenny's mom as well, so that way she can see all the videos where people are talking about and remembering Jenny. We also wanted to do a group pick because there's something so cathartic about grieving together and reading something together. So we picked The Villa by Rachel Hawkins. And this is a book about Mary Shelley and Claire Clairmont. It's, I think, one of Jenny's favorite books, but also she said in her Goodreads review that it's the perfect tribute to Mary Shelley and Claire Clairmont, that it's absolute perfection, and she wished she had written it herself. So she absolutely loved this book, and it's not one that Christy or I have ever read before, but if you have read it, you can still join in the conversation for it. I am going to link my Discord, and there will be a section on there where we can talk about whatever we're reading, but I'm going to have a separate channel just for The Villa as we're reading it, so that way we can discuss it together and talk about Jenny together. If you'd like to contribute to a charity of Jenny's choice that meant a lot to her, you can contribute to the World Wildlife Fund in her memory, and information for the contribution for that will be in the description of this video as well. Christy and I were also thrilled to learn that Jenny's church that she attended is going to be posting her memorial service online on YouTube for us to watch. And that was such a gift and a blessing when you're not able to attend, to still be able to watch her memorial service. So I will link that as well. I'll try to leave that in a pinned comment. And of course, leave comments about Jenny. We love hearing all your memories of Jenny. I can't tell you how many times I've scrolled through the video that Pam announced to see all of the things that people have been saying about Jenny and how much she impacted their lives and how much she meant to them. So while this readathon is a month long, we can continue to remember Jenny throughout the entirety of the year, because there were a lot of readathons that Jenny loved and participated in, including Febregency, March of the Mammoths, Victober, Ancients-a-thon. Some of those she even co-hosted. And then in July, Christy and I are planning to do K-Tropathon again like we did last year, but this year we will be doing it in memory and honor of Jenny, who did contribute some to K-Tropathon last year. Although she wasn't an official co-host, she was on some of the lives for it, and that was just such a blast. So we want to do that in memory of her also. Thank you so much to all of you who are so excited about this readathon and were commenting when we posted that the announcement was forthcoming. So here's all the details, and we hope that you will spend the month of February doing some things that Jenny loved, reading some books that Jenny loved to read, listening to some music that Jenny loved to listen to, learning about some historical figures that Jenny loved to learn about, and honoring her memory. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to leave those in the comments below so I can answer them for you. And thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit like and also subscribe so you can continue to see more bookish content from me, and I will see you again next time.